Come on.
Starting off on this challenge, I knew it was going to be pretty difficult. I usually only do around 100 or so push-ups in my general chest and triceps day, and I had been focusing on other exercises lately. The plan I had set for myself was to perform 10 push-ups every 30 seconds, which should lead me to finish all 1,000 with 10 minutes left on the clock, assuming that I never took any breaks or broke down and performed less than 10 push-ups at an interval, which in my mind, prior to starting this challenge, seemed pretty practical. Keyword though, prior. That gave me around 10 seconds of push-ups and 20 seconds of rest between every set, I thought. I'm getting twice as much rest as I am exercising, I told myself. Knowing that didn't mean anything since I would be performing 100 push-ups every 5 minutes. But the thing about a challenge like this is most of it is mentality. Sure, it requires some strength. But I hadn't done push-ups in over 3 weeks due to a wrist injury while playing volleyball with some friends. But once my injury had finally faded and I felt comfortable in a push-up position, I knew it was time to start my journey. I've always wanted to create calisthenic content and thought this was the perfect bodyweight challenge to get my foot in the door. The first milestone, 100 push-ups done and out of the way. 1 out of 10 sets of 100 completed. Only 900 more to go. Not an exciting way to look at it, as 900 is still a pretty daunting number and my pecs were already feeling pretty strained. But this challenge really is simply you slowly chipping away at the end goal. One push-up after the other, 1 rep at a time. Slowly but surely lowering the amount left to perform. So I tuned out the pain arising in my body and got into my head where nothing else mattered except for the challenge ahead of me.
Alright guys, I think time the shirt comes off. I'm starting to sweat a lot. Jeez, I'm gonna perspire so much. Okay.
Because it's all about the progress and persistence.
Alright guys, one more set of 10, we're gonna be at 200, which is a fifth of the way there. And the nice thing about doing 10 seconds, every 10 push-ups every 30 seconds is that we should get to 1,000 with time left. Which means that if we start slowing down, which I know is gonna happen, we're gonna have extra time to fulfill those little extra reps.
No matter what goal you're trying to attain. As you probably noticed by my grunt and excessive chest touching, I was certainly already feeling it. But the first 200 push-ups were out of the way. I was 1/5 of the way done, only 4 more sets of 200 left. When I put it that way, it doesn't sound all too exhausting. All you have to do is break the larger goal into simpler steps. Bert Kreischer once ran a marathon without any training in advance. The Russians called him the Machine for a reason. But that's not for his athletic capabilities. In fact, it's for his ability to consume alcohol. But Bert Kreischer proved that if you put your mind to something, anything is possible. He said it didn't matter how long it took him. It was 1 foot after the other, and he knew that with that mentality, he would eventually cross the finish line. And he did. And I'm sure he had a lot of doubters, but they don't matter. What matters is your will to persevere. You need to be in your head and yours alone, not worrying about what others think, and you should always find something new to challenge yourself with every day.
Okay, we're at 310. We passed 300. I'm not gonna feel excited until I pass 500 though. Even then, that's just halfway.
Over 300 push-ups completed and 15 minutes into the challenge. So far, so good. I'm on track to complete the challenge with time to spare if I can continue to execute the original plan. But at this point, I was already hurting pretty badly. I performed a few hundred push-ups and my body was letting me know that this was called a challenge for a reason. I remember it clearly. I'm 1/3 of the way there and my body was already breaking, telling me to quit, to give in, and train more before going through an entire challenge like this. You're an idiot. Why would you attempt this after having not trained this muscle group in nearly a month? But that's exactly why. There's a book by David Goggins called Can't Hurt Me where he mentions something called the 40% rule. He states that this is when your mind is telling you that you're done, that you're exhausted, that you cannot possibly go any further. But what this really means is that your body is only actually 40% done, which means you have so much more to give. It's a mindset, and the human body is capable of much more than people perceive. One thing I noticed around this point was my form was breaking down a little bit.
Come on.
I wasn't going full range of motion on every rep. I would go all the way down, but not completely extend my arm on the way up on all of the repetitions. Maintaining proper form and going through the full range of motion during eccentric and concentric movements is something I'm usually super meticulous about. And because of this, I feel as if I let myself down, but wanted to show that there is progress and purpose in everything. And I'll probably redo the challenge in the future with perfect form in every rep, but for now, I was striving for the halfway mark, pushing myself towards the completion of the first half of 1,000 push-ups.
Oh. 500. Halfway there. And my body's dead. Actually completely dead.
500 push-ups done. Halfway there. All I have to do is everything I've done up to this point one more time. There's no going back at this point. Both of my wrists started hurting. Every new set when I placed my hand on the floor, I could feel the pain in my wrist. But the idea of already being over 50% of the way to the finish line, I couldn't imagine giving up and having to retry another day. 10 reps every 30 seconds. That was the original goal. Finish with 10 minutes left on the clock. But my body was shutting down and I was losing a lot of energy. So I resorted to a few sets of 5 repetitions here and there throughout the rest of the challenge. And somehow, I accidentally miscounted while performing the movement and completed 5 extra reps without noticing. Which is ironic because I thought I accidentally counted 10 that I didn't perform at this point. But that saved me clarity of mind of accidentally shortening myself. Over half the time on the clock is gone and we're closing in on the 700 mark. Just a few more sets of 10 and we'll have made it to 70% of the way through the challenge.
Oh god.
700 push-ups completed. Only 300 left. When I reached the first 300, I almost gave up, my body trying to persuade me that I wasn't ready for this. And now I have under 300 to the finish line. My body trying some more to sweet talk me out of the end goal. There's a couch 5 feet away. There's a shower, water, food, all of these comforting thoughts that could have easily brought me down and out of my goal. But the hurt and suffering is what provides the most satisfaction once completed. 20 minutes left on the clock with only 250 push-ups remaining. 75% of the challenge is completed and my time is looking pretty good. I decided it would be smart to take a couple 1-minute breaks rather than the typical 30 seconds to ensure I wouldn't burn out at the end. So close to the final stretch, full of excessively loud grunts that probably got my neighbors questioning what I was up to, but I kept going.
Come on. Come on. 100 left. It's the most I felt into my pecs.
Over 900 push-ups done. Less than 100 left to go. My triceps are tiring out. My pecs are burning. But I only have 100 push-ups in the final stretch, the last run. Time is ticking away, and I know I would be extremely let down with myself if I came up just short. No matter how many times I fall on my face, not pleasant by the way, I told myself to get back up into a push-up position and finish the challenge. When your body is at its weakest, your mind must be at its strongest.
$15 left. Holy shit. $10 left. Oh God. Right here. Right now. Last 10. Easiest 10 of my life. Come on. That's 1,000. I can't lift my arms. There was one point where I might have lost count on like 10 of them, so I want to do 10 extra just to be safe, guys. I don't want to look back and be at 990. That would piss me off. I'm a safety net. Here we go. That's official. We're either did 1,000 or 1,010. Look at it. We still have time on the clock.
If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and if you have any fun challenges you want to see, comment them down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.